I want to welcome you back to Mo Talk with Sports and Mo. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. Yo, welcome back to Mo Talk. We are coming back fresh off of Sean Puffy Combs' verdict readings. I remember posting right here on Mo Talk that Diddy may walk, and so many people came at me and told me that I was a fool and that there's no way that he is going to walk. Well, look, he has been acquitted of all of the major federal charges that they had on him. Sean Diddy Combs will remain in the Brooklyn jail after being convicted of two criminal charges that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But the 55-year-old has spent nearly 10 months in jail as is, including during his 2-month trial that we have been going through right now. On July 2nd, hours after Combs and his lawyers celebrated being cleared of the top criminal charges he faced, U.S. District Court Judge Aron Subramanian, he denied Sean Combs his bail, issuing an order to keep him incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center until his sentencing. This is the same place that he has been all of this time. It is impossible for the defendant to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he poses no danger. So, a lot of people are wondering why he was denied bail. That is the reason why, because throughout the trial, it was confirmed over and over again that Sean Puffy Combs, aka Love, he is a violent individual. And that video of him kicking and dragging Cassie in the hotel foyer, that was being circulated over and over again. But with all of that, none of that was enough to prove the racketeering cases that he had, which would have given him life imprisonment. So, even though he still was convicted of two lesser charges that can carry the weight of 20 years, I'm more than sure that Sean Puffy Combs feel exhilarating today, even though he still had to sit in. But I want to talk about these two that he was found guilty on, right? Let's see. Let's put this up here up on the screen right here. So count one was the racketeering and conspiracy. Of course, he was found not guilty. Count two, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. He was found not guilty of that. He was also found not guilty of count four, which was sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion as well, right? But he was found guilty on count three, which was transportation to engage in prostitution pertaining to victim one, Cassie Ventura, and commercial sex workers. I don't know what they was listening to, but you know, I don't even understand how they got this dude guilty on that as well. When you listen to Cassie's testimony when she was on the stand, there was time when Cassie confused me. I didn't know if Cassie was working for the defendant or if she was working for the prosecutors. Look, it's saying that he's guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. And then it pertains Cassie as a victim. I call no on that. Why? Because several times we heard of Cassie actually calling these male prostitutes from her own personal phone. She was the one that had a preference on who she wanted to deal with. She answered the door. She also paid. So if you are saying that Sean is guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, then Cassie also has to be guilty as well, right? There has to be some type of indictment coming up on Cassie as well because she was complicit in this thing just as much as Sean was. There was one incident where Sean was like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" And her reply to Sean was, "I'm down for a freak off whenever." That's what she said, right? This is what she said. And So I don't understand how they actually found him guilty on that. And the same thing with the count five, which is the exact same charges as count three, but this is what was with Jane Doe. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I remember the testimony of the Jane Doe, because I don't, but I can almost assure you that it was probably something similar to Cassie. And if it's the one that I'm thinking of, well, she actually said herself, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, she actually made a comment that herself that she had no problem with it in the beginning, right? She had no problem with it in the beginning. These were people who had gotten accustomed to a lifestyle, and they pretty much sold themselves out to do whatever it is that Diddy was asking them to do. Now, I think that Diddy is a very horrible person. Okay, let's get this out there. I don't think that Diddy is a good person at all. I do believe that Diddy should do time, but according to justice and law, right? I don't think that anything that they brought against this man was proven, saying that he should walk. Now, he's still facing 20 years. I myself feel like he's going to get upward to 10 to 15 years. I don't believe that they're going to let him out. There are a lot of people saying that he's going to get way less than 20 years, saying that he's going to get less than 10 to 15 years. My wife, on the other hand, said that she thinks that he's going to get probation. So we know that somewhere in between probation, 10, 15 to 20 years, this is what this man is going to get. I would love to hear from the Mo Talk people. Y'all time in. Let me know what y'all think. Under over 15. Under over 15. Or is he going to get probation? Y'all let me know what y'all think. But I feel like they have spent way too much money on this here just to let this man walk with probation. And don't forget, he was denied bail because he's a violent person. So this same court, you're asking to give a violent person that was denied bail probation to put him back out on the streets. But if y'all do put him back on the streets, I'm guaranteeing you that the day he get out, Diddy is going to host a freak off bigger than anything that y'all had ever seen. This is Shia Yashub. This is Mo Talk. Y'all get at me. Let me know under over 15.